Hey everybody, AJ Pattaya, Adam here, coming to you live, sort of, depending on when you watch the video, from Pattaya, Thailand. And it's been a while since I made a video. Last time I made one was a couple months ago, kind of giving my thoughts about the coronavirus and COVID-19 and what it looked like then. Of course, in 2 months the world has changed drastically. As we know now, with billions across the world in lockdown or constrained, travel delays, many people's lives have been affected by the COVID-19 coronavirus. I'm not going to talk too long because, you know, there's a million people out there who are giving their opinions on it and talking about this or that. I'm no medical expert. I'm not going to join those other guys that go ahead and do so. I think a couple things that I want to cover in this video here. First, I want to cover what it's like in Pattaya right now, what it's like on the ground. As of this exact video, which is taken on March 26, 2020 at around 6:30 p.m., there is no lockdown or curfew in Pattaya. Of course, that could change tomorrow or the next day or the day after that. But as of this right moment, there hasn't been. It's now been 8 days since the bars and the nightlife and the entertainment venues and everything else have closed, which started on the 18th. To me, it doesn't feel that much different because I'm not on holiday and I've worked at home now, or worked from home for roughly a year, or coming on a year. And I spend almost every day on the computer and internet and with the Pattaya news and dealing with reporters and photos and videos and information. So for me, this isn't that drastically different. But it's definitely eye-opening in terms of what the city looks like and in terms of how quiet it is. Walking down Walking Street, I put the video on the Pattaya News the other day. I took that without maybe more than 5 people anywhere around. Was a bit eerie, to be honest. And it's very sad. My heart goes out not just to those affected directly with the virus and those who catch it, but to the millions and millions of people whose lives have been affected by this all over the world, not just in Pattaya, but everywhere. I've been getting a lot of messages on my personal Facebook and on forums and on the Pattaya News and everything else about what is going to happen. Well, actually, so far the Thai government has responded, in my opinion, better than I thought they would in terms of financial support. All informal workers, which includes hostesses and security and bartenders and pretty much the entire nightlife industry in Pattaya, is going to go ahead and get at least 5,000 baht a month, which is at least is something that they're giving them. Banks and electric companies and all those are doing everything they can to go ahead and make this very difficult situation much easier for a population that, especially in Pattaya, largely lives day to day. Those with Social Security, of course, in Thailand, which actually includes myself, goes ahead and gets benefits back as well if they file. I probably will not be because I have my own income. But for those who actually, I will not be. But for those who have gone ahead and have been laid off and have been affected by it, this is something that they'll be able to fall back on to take care of themselves and their family. I'd say right now at this point, Pattaya has cleared out about 65–70%. Most of the girls and the locals have gone home. This is a transient city. I know a lot of people were a bit upset about those folks that went home and thought that there should have been domestic travel restrictions before that. But unfortunately, it's a very difficult decision because so many of these people live day to day, and you tell millions of them that all the entertainment businesses, most non-essential businesses, all of them in Bangkok, are closed. And you have millions of people combined across the country out of work. To tell them to stay put when the vast majority of them live paycheck to paycheck on about $10 a day, and they have no resources and no food, it's a very tough decision. So I understand why so many of those folks went home. It's actually why they originally moved Songkram back. and postponed Songkran because they didn't want this to happen. But it got to the point, because of the spread in Thailand, primarily from a cluster at a boxing stadium in Bangkok, that this went on and this spread and became a bigger issue, unfortunately. So what do I see happening in the future? Everybody asks me this. What's going to happen? It's going to take a long time to recover from this. I don't bullshit like some of the others. I'm not going to say it's 2 weeks. I think bars may open up within 3 to 6 weeks, depending on how the situation goes. But it's going to take a good 3 to 6 months to start getting the world moving again. Tourists to start coming back, flights, people from there. It's going to be an uphill battle. Now, I've always been a glass half full guy. I do believe that we can learn a lot from this situation. I absolutely have not panicked at any point of this. I'm not afraid of the virus, but I am afraid of spreading it to other people, and I am afraid of what this has done to our world and to everybody around us. And I guess my brief message, because I don't want to go too long on this, is take care of yourselves and each other. Many of you guys watch my channel because you've come on holiday to Pattaya and you love this city, you love the vacation of it. And it's heartbreaking to a lot of those folks, this situation. What I want to say is that although I don't think things will ever quite be the same again, I do think that Pattaya will always be here in some shape or form. And I think that hopefully, sooner than you know it, many of you will be able to come back and visit again. And that we can get all these millions of people that are unemployed back in business and back making an income. That's all for this week. I'm going to go ahead and try to update you guys more often. I'm actually very busy right now, as I've told you guys, working with the news, and I get very little free time, much less than before. So unfortunately, I can't provide daily blogs or anything like this in this situation, but I am going to give you guys the real situation as often as I can. Thank you for tuning in. Really, take care of yourselves, take care of your families. This is going to be a tough thing, but we'll get through it together. Have a good one, guys.